All right, welcome into Prize Picks on 5 on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick and at 5 Reasons Sports. I get David Eversole. You can follow him at David W. Eversole. Make sure you download the Prize Picks app from the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, or PrizePicks.com. Use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Get your initial deposit matched up to $100. You don't need to put down $100, but they'll only match it once. So if you want to get the $100 match, you can do it then, or you can put down $10. They'll match the $10. This is free money. There are no rollovers. And yes, PrizePicks is still legal in the state of Florida and many, many, many other states. So just enter the code, put in your money, and get started on it. All right, we're doing some national stuff here. We've got an all-star weekend that continues. I don't really know what to make of last night, but tonight you've got the three-point contest, and you've got the slam dunk contest as well as some other contests. And then tomorrow, the all-star game. David and I are going to quickly go over the All-Star Saturday night stuff because it's a little bit difficult. I'll just acknowledge this. They're trying to match up with what the categories are, and with the NBA, they change this stuff every year. But we were looking at the slam dunk stuff, and here's what I would recommend. If you like a certain guy to win the contest, then play him. Don't worry about the numbers. If you don't like a certain guy in the contest, then play him under or play him less or don't play him at all. That's the direction that I would go. You can see there that they got Mac McClung, who won last year, was actually in the Rising Stars stuff yesterday. They have him as a repeat champion. We'll see. They do like to crown repeat champions. And also he seems to have that, anomaly thing going on where he's kind of a unicorn. And so it does seem like the judges like him. But honestly, would you play any of the, before we get to the three-point contest, would you play any of this?
Not really. It's just not a lot of value here. I mean, these scores are super, super high. You don't know what these guys are going to do. Basically, if you brick on the first ones, you're kind of like out of the mix already. Maybe Jacob Toppin, the lowest score. I mean, it's a half a point score, 93.5. Jaime's got the 94. So, you always hate those even numbers, for a push potential. I mean, it's just all this is a flyer. It's just a crapshoot. But, if I was to take one, I would take the value on Toppin, honestly.
Yeah.
He's got something to prove.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, people don't even know who his brother, which Toppin this is.
Right.
We saw the other Toppin last year. I mean, honestly, this is a contest I think they should have abandoned about 20 years ago, replaced it with a one-on-one tournament, but it is what it is. All right, so I'll just acknowledge I'm not playing any of this, and if I played any of it, I'd probably play Jaime under, honestly. I think I know he had he dunked in high school. He was in this contest, but I feel like he's a game dunker, and I feel like he'll be a little underwhelming in this. I kind of feel the same thing about Jalen. Honestly, this contest field does not impress me a whole lot, so I'm going to stay away from it. Let's go to the 3-point right now, and again, this is they've got a bunch of categories here. Actually, they've got the first round, so you can't really go into the second round. My guess is they'll put the props up quickly. After the first round, they'll put the second round props up. No. This is just kind of like if you like a guy. The only one I would really look at here, and it goes against my typical thing of not playing the big guys in this because it feels like it takes them a little bit longer to get the shots off. I kind of like Lauri Markkanen in this competition. So I might play him over the 19.5. I think sometimes what happens here is everybody plays the stars on these, and the stars, unless it's Steph, don't tend to really do that well. Halliburton, of course, is the local favorite. We see that, those guys tend to do well in these competitions. He's got such weird form, though, that I don't really know how that's going to translate to this contest. I don't know. Malik Beasley's a very good shooter.
Beasley's my favorite play on this, honestly. Yeah. Beasley's my favorite play. He's got a quick release.
Yeah.
And he's kind of one of those guys that can microwave it.
Yeah,
I feel like he's the guy that can make a run, make 4 or 5 in a row, a couple times.
I feel you on that. I mean, Mitchell is always up to the moment, but it almost feels like a sucker play there. So maybe you play Beasley.
I like Beasley the best out of all of these.
I kind of like Trey too, to be honest. Although I don't know, Trey shoots kind of off balance and all this. Like this is sort of more of a more balanced thing. No defender. I guess overall to say is let's go to the All-Star props because I think you can play some of this All-Star Saturday night stuff, but you got to really like a guy to feel good about it. So here's the All-Star props. A couple of things. I think this jumped out to you and I both. They've got a big number on Dame, and you could combine Brunson and Maxi's numbers into Dame's number. And I like both Maxey and Brunson at least as much in this game as I like Dame. So I think if you're looking for value, I would fade Dame. I feel honestly, he hasn't really had the best season. Maybe he'll be happy to just be out of Milwaukee this weekend. But I would play Brunson. Brunson is one of those guys. We talk about guys kind of being a theme for a season. Brunson's gotten a lot of buzz this year. And Maxey, this is an easy game for him. Like the floor is spread. He's going to be able to attack. I would look at both Brunson and Maxey. I would fade Jaylen Brown. I also think sometimes these guys, they participate in multiple competitions. They don't do as well in the last one. So he's going to be dunking on Saturday. I would fade Jaylen Brown. I would fade Dame. I would play Edwards, Brunson, and Maxey over. Those would be the three I would lean to.
Yeah, Giannis and LeBron. I mean, how much run are they really going to get? You know?
Right.
Why does Giannis need to go out there and score 29 points? Like for
Well, also remember, Doc's his coach in this, and I don't. My guess is he'll lean towards not overplaying him. Right.
So, I mean, there's just no upside for Giannis. Taking 15 shots to get 29 points. It just doesn't make sense.
He'll get a lot of dunks, but again, he's not going to accumulate all the threes that we see in this game. I would fade Giannis and Dame. Yeah,
I think guys are going to cook. They got their ball. Maxey's going to have the ball in his hands. Brunson's going to have the ball in his hands. They're going to jack up 10 threes each.
Yeah, I agree. I think now Halliburton's not on here, right?
I didn't see him on the points.
See him on
KD 21.5.
I don't know.
Steph 21. It's like you just feel like they're just not gonna. They don't need to do that.
Chris Finch is coaching the West, but with a young guy like Edwards who's trying to make a name, I feel like he will play him. I think Anthony Edwards is going to play a lot of minutes. They're trying to build his star. So I'm with you. I would play Giannis under. Look, LeBron will have a quarter where they feature him a little bit. That number makes me a little nervous both ways. I don't think
stay away from that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But I would. I think Shea. I would look at Shea over. I would look at Edwards over. To me, the Brunson and Maxey props I think are given. And I don't know about AD. I mean, AD has been healthy this year, so maybe he will get the run there. But I'm gonna play Edwards, Maxey, Brunson over, and I'm gonna fade Giannis and Dame. I think that's the direction I'm gonna go.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You just gotta look at risk reward and just the game script of these. Let the young guys cook.
Right.
I feel like all the old heads are just gonna get some burn early and then just sit and just be clowning on the bench. So 3/4 of this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't play Steph either way either. I don't. The only one of the kind of veterans that I might look at because I feel like he wants to. He's got the Kobe thing, and I feel like Tatum could go over the 24.5, but I won't play that either. But I would definitely play Brown under. I don't think Jaylen. I don't see any. Jaylen doesn't do anything exceptionally well, honestly. Like as an offensive player, like he's like a solid guy who's making $60 million. Like I don't know. I don't think he goes over the 16.5 in this one, so I might fade that one also. All right, so use the code 5FIVE, get that initial deposit matched up to $100. We'll be back obviously next week for all the NBA coverage. There's some fight stuff tonight too that you can check out.
NHL,
always NHL, and some MLS is getting started as well. So make sure that you check that out again. Use the code 5FIVE. Have a good day, everybody.